आसना jeopardize करेगा.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the day 3 of the South Asian Lawyers T20 tournament of 2023. We saw the previous game happening between the Karachi Lawyers and, of course, Delhi Giants, in which Delhi Giants took a massive win, an 8-wicket win, and now we are in set for the game between Bombay and Colombo Titans to take place. But before we move on, let us have a quick look at the pitch.
Second match between Colombo and Mumbai, and surprisingly this pitch so far played a role of the bowling wicket, but in the first match of today's first match this wicket showed some batting batting events. It's like I can show you the pitch, and it's still a hard pitch, but this became a batting pitch very surprisingly. But I believe the spinners would love to see this patch of this second match. And at the same time, since this played a role of a bowling wicket, after this first match of today, it shows some batting in the pitch.
Hello?
So I believe the batsmen who are coming to the bat can show their colors to the maximum. Therefore, I wish both teams, and I hope whoever who gets the tossed win can put on a huge score on the board because of the nice pitch.
Well, as we saw, the pitch condition is looking favorable for batting, but that patch there that he mentioned could be very lethal, because we both know both these teams have a very good spin bowl arsenal, which can be effective in this sort of a pitch, and the outfield looks pretty dry as well. The atmosphere is hot, and we are set for a very good game. And both teams have come here to play the game in this venue after a win. I beg your pardon, the Mumbai team lost against Delhi yesterday in the morning at the BRC ground, but they've won a game as well. It was here in this venue, and Colombo Titans coming in strong.
And of course, Farveez, I mean, this game is on the line for both sides. There's still 50-50 chance of making it to the semi-finals, so I'm pretty sure both sides, the players are going to give a hell of a fight to secure a spot in the semi-finals. But we'll have to see how it goes, and we just looked at the pitch, and I mean, yeah,
we can expect some runs here.
Yeah, of course.
And we are about to go towards the decisive moment of the exposition of the game, the toss. Shanu is down there with the two captains and the two umpires. Shanu, over to you for the toss.
When you talk about key battles, we are in the midst of one. It's time for the toss for the key match between Colombo versus Mumbai. Can we have the honors?
It is called. It is said. Good luck.
Can we please have you forward?
Good luck.
Can we please have you forward? So you have chosen to bat first. What is your decision, and why is that your decision?
The pitch seems fully set. I don't think it. When I saw the first match, the ball is coming nicely onto the bat. So hope our guys put some good score on the board and then give some pressure onto the other guys.
You talk about the board. You're already on top of the board. Yet you can't look down upon Mumbai's playing ability. How do you plan to counter that, or what are your strategies?
This is a T20 game. One man can change the game. So we have to stick to our basics, bowl proper good line and length, and hope they get out quickly.
Which is that man you are banking on before I let you go?
We have a few good players. I think this time Vishwa might do well.
All right, good luck to you. Now, you have chosen to bowl first. So what is the reason behind that, or how would you have chosen something different if you had the chance?
Firstly, I would hope that his hope fails. Secondly, as far as batting and bowling would not make much of a difference as far as the wicket is concerned, because this wicket seems to be a good batting wicket, and it will stay the same for the second innings also. Should not matter much.
All right, of course they are at the top, right? What are your strategies, or what are the strengths of the team that you feel can counter their attack?
They are at the top right now, but as the table stands, if we have to qualify and if we do it in the number of overs or whatever the margin required is, then they would go out. So the pressure is also on them because Supreme Court seemingly has qualified. Delhi has seemingly qualified.
Wait, before I let you go, we have to talk about Delhi's impressive performance and the hike in their run rate that they've created. So you are walking on fine grass, on thin needles here. Is that going to be a cause for worry to you, or do you think you can combat it?
In such games, you cannot actually put your mind to such batting. It is flawless batting. If it clicks, it clicks. So you cannot think much about it. We need to think about this match, and if we win the match, the difference which we need is not too much. So we will play regular cricket.
You seem very confident, and I wish you all the very best. May the best team win, and let the games begin.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, that's update from the middle. So Bombay winning the toss and electing to ball first. That's what the winning team in the previous game did before as well, Farvi. So do you think that decision will come into effect after like during the conclusion of this game also?
Well, in this venue, Minindu, chasing has been a paradise for whoever the team that played. So I think they were going for that approach because later in the game, when you have a set target on your head, it's more easier to counter your batting. And in the beginning, the only goal you can get to the bowlers if you bowl first is to restrict them as much as possible without getting that much of a target. So that is the way to go when it comes to a T20 game. So I think that was the right approach from the Mumbai.
Well, of course, Bombay has got the upper hand, and we'll see how the game goes on as these two titans, I would say, even though Colombo Titans is the only side named after Titans, but let's say two greats in this tournament are going to clash ahead. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second match of the day 3 here at the Colts Cricket Ground, played between the Bombay and Colombo Titans teams. And of course, in a short while, we'll be commencing the play. But until then, we got Shanu at the grounds having a discussion.
When the greatest minds in the court come together to bring a cricket for friendship, a heartwarming bond is formed. The inherent theme of this game is definitely cricket for friendship, but on the pitch, it's an entirely different story. The boys are ready to battle. It's Colombo versus Mumbai. Well, both teams are mighty in their regards, but let's hear from our gentlemen what they have to say ahead of the game. I have Dr. Dan with me here on one side, and I have Pranay with me on the other side representing Mumbai. Dr. Dan has been with the Cricket Association for Lawyers right from its genesis. In fact, he's been a key player also when Sri Lanka went to play in Cambridge. He was the vice president of the team, and the list is endless. He needs no specific introduction. Sir, we understand the theme for this game is definitely cricket for friendship. What is your take on that? How do you think it is helpful in strengthening relationships?
Definitely. When we started the first World Cup in 2007 Hyderabad, I was a part of it, and also in 2019 I vice captain. Then I captain in 2011 in West Indies in Barbados. And all throughout we had been seeing a lot of friendship among the lawyers, and this is very professional. It's not really friendship, but also the players have been very professional. Now I can see the outfit of the present Sri Lanka team, and they are playing in various formats of the game, and they are giving their maximum towards promoting the friendship element are involved in the lawyers cricket. So unlike the national level cricketers, I find that the lawyers cricket has a different format, that they promote friendship. They are the ambassadors of these professions in the different countries, and looking forward to have a very good game. It's not really the friendship that matters, but when it comes to the pitch, it is really the game that they play.
Well, do you have any strategies for the players today with your experience?
In my opinion, Colombo should win because Colombo is eyeing to be in the finals of this tournament, and especially hosting the country, giving the hospitality to all the teams that have come from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. You know, they are all together. But however, we are playing a very professional game, and I would like to see that the Colombo finishes on top.
What he's trying to say, it's the home ground. We are giving you the space, but are you going to earn it? Is Mumbai going to take away the cake? Let's find out from Pranay. You are an amazing bowler for the Mumbai's team. How are you planning to take it forward today from these giants? Because they seem to claim their title.
See, we are planning to play finals with Colombo, and I think today's game is very important for us because if we are bowling first, they have won the toss, they have decided to bat. So we are planning to restrict them for 100 or 120, and plans to make it that's a wicket, that's first wicket, and restrict them 100 and 120 and make it in 15 overs. So we will also qualify.
Well, do you have any strategies? Because these guys are definitely a very strong team. You're saying you're going to restrict them. Which are those players that you are banking these expectations on? And do you have any plans for the second half of the game when you get to bat?
See, we have so many good batsmen and bowlers. We focus on all-rounders. Our team is packed. It's just the day that if a player is having a good day, then he can play. Definitely not an easy game. Conditions are a bit different from India. But we are planning that if boys can do well, they will definitely win the match.
Okay, and quickly before I let you go, tell me your thoughts on cricket for friendship.
Cricket for friendship. I joined this cricket for friendship concept in 2015, and since then I am playing. We played in New Zealand, played in Sri Lanka. The concept is that in 2015 I was knowing only 11 people from my team, but I know 12 teams around the world now.
You see, we are growing in brotherhood and we are growing in love. But now it's time to bring out that Trojan horse, to bring out that battle, to bring out that keep on. Over to the commentators for the match.
Well, thank you, Shanu, for bringing us that lovely discussion out there in the field. Well, of course, during that interview, a wicket fell down for the Colombo Titans for it was Tusit Palivatta who fell down. He actually played a good role in that last game against in the first game against the Delhi Giants. But it has been a major setback for the Colombo Titans from the start. But brilliant start for Mumbai, I would say. Left that one right outside the off stump. So, Farviz, do you think the decision is coming into play? Of course, if you look at this is the first wicket.
Well, according to their decision, that was exactly what they were looking for. An early wicket, an early breakthrough to break down the Colombo Titans' mindset earlier on in the inning. And Tushar for Mumbai has been maintaining a very tight line and length. If they actually took the decision to bowl first, this is what they should be looking to do. Exactly, they are doing that right.
Just another 2 deliveries left, and so far it has been a brilliant over for Tushar. And the Titans, I think, from the start, are kind of in a trouble. They need a partnership for sure.
Once again, played on the offside, but a fielder is there to protect that. That would be the end of the first over. Yes, that would be the end of the first over, and Colombo Titans won for the loss of 1.
Of course, for which Colombo Titans still have their opening batsman who is in form, Vishwa Vijay Surya, the man who guided them to that victory against the Delhi Giants in the first game of this tournament for them. And Kasun also another established batsman whenever he is in the mood to get on with the runs.
Kushal Bandari introduced into the bowling attack. from the BRC end.
Oh, that's pulled away through the leg side, and that might not be a 4. Protection out there in the deep, so we'll settle for a single.
And also, I think Minindu, the power play can be a huge decider for the Colombo Titans inning.
It definitely is for a reason. I mean, like I said before, every team that utilize the power play properly have the chance and have the upper hand to come up on top at the end of this game. But they actually are on the back foot, but they should find a way to come out into their front foot and take on the challenges head on posed by the Mumbai bowling attack. This one,
That was a good delivery outside the off stump.
two batters who are in the middle are right-handed and left-handed. So they got a good chemistry between them, right? I mean, the combination is hard to bowl to, and it's hard to set a field to those to a right-handed left-hand at the same time.
And also it's even more harder for the bowler to get onto the rhythm against bowling towards these two batsmen. But Kushal and the other bowler on the other end are seeming to do that pretty well. They look pretty established.
Well, another wicket in their bag. That means they are really on top. Oh, this is a brilliant delivery.
Absolutely not letting the batsman free his arms there. Quick, straight and short.
Trying to keep the line tight. The previous ball was kind of wide outside the off stump, letting him play through the covers, but this time it was tightening the noose around him with that tight length.
Current run rate not looking good for the Colombo Titans, Vinidhu. 1.33.
Oh, that's another chance, and that is gone.
The second wicket for the Colombo Titans fall, and they are in big trouble right now.
Well, this is the worst start that they would expect to get. Of course, with the confidence that they're coming from those previous games, this is not the way that they should have faced these 2 overs. Another wicket goes down for the Titans, and this time it was Kasun, the new batter who came into the middle right after the first wicket fell down. And again, he takes a quick walk back to the dressing room.
Well, Vinidhu, the bowlers did pretty well there to create that desperation to score runs and simultaneously keeping the line tight, whereas the batsman had to attempt for that cheeky shot and makes a mistake. The fielder does no mistake, and it is safely taken at covers. That would be the second wicket fall.
Well, it's Kushal again. I'm pretty sure that they are blooming with confidence right now, the Mumbai team, knowing that they need to secure a big win in this game. A win, I think, not just a win would also, I think, would help them to secure a win. Secure a spot in the semi-finals.
That's why this game is extremely crucial for both the teams. Either of them have to win to get qualified to the semi-finals.
Kasun Hettiarach, the last wicket. This is, of course, the wicket that fell down a delivery ago. Easy catch there at points. No way that he can mess that up. Wide outside, and it's, of course, given wide by the on-field umpire there. So he's going to have to bowl that again. So 2 deliveries to turn this over around for the Colombo Titans. Will they be able to? Because they're kind of on a tough spot and under immense pressure at the moment. What do they have to do now, Furvis, in order to get things underway?
Well, speaking of pressure, both the teams are under immense pressure because their standpoint is very, very crucial. Going for a quick single there, and coming back for the topic that we were talking about, I think the Colombo Titans, in means of their batting, can do a bit more, taking the aerial route, but you shouldn't throw your wickets away, of course. It could cost a lot. You already have lost 2 wickets and you're not still completed with 2 overs. So the bowlers, in the other hand, should be given a lot of credit because they're doing all the right things. Just like that, keeping a very tight line, swinging away from the right-hander.
So that's the end of the over. 2 overs gone. This is a brilliant start for Mumbai. Just 3 runs given out of the 12 deliveries they have bowled and have taken 2 wickets as well. Of course, it's Tushar continuing his spell. Vishwa Vijayasuri on strike, and he will glide it down to the leg side to pick up a single. I mean, I think they have to do far more than that, far more than taking singles and rotating strike, because only 4 overs left. The power play, like I said, even though he has lost 2 wickets, there's a high chance that he can score runs from the opportunity that only 2 fielders are outside the 30-yard circle.
That could be a crucial thing for them as well, because one miss hit and you're gone. There is no falling short of the fielder. Always. Oh, what a beautiful delivery that is by Tushar.
Misses the outside edge completely, but again a delivery to actually traumatize the batsman, I would say. That would help. That would actually put the batsman on the back foot and help him, actually make him lose confidence.
I mean, for sure, a ball that is swinging away from you in the good length is a nightmare for all the batsmen.
Coming from a fast bowler himself.
Once again, desperate for that run. And you are right, Minidu. That is one of the most satisfying feelings as a fast bowler that you can get, apart from getting a wicket. And it's either a toe-breaking Yorker or a helmet-removing bouncer or an outswinger like that. That's the best feeling you can get as a fast bowler.
What was the option you went for?
Always the Yorker. Because the wicket is always promised if you do it right.
And they'll take this quick single as well. Good run in between the wickets, trying to stabilize the innings once again.
Still not looking quite good with the current run rate.
Yeah, definitely, at the start they got, they have to find a way to forget about it and move on. And of course the captain has promoted himself up the order and came out into the middle. Vishwa Vijayasuri is a batter who can stay out in the crease and build up a wrong partnership alongside the batsman at the other end.
Including the partnership, they should also look to glide their run rate up as well in order to secure their victory.
Good singles been taken here. Valuable singles, I would say, to help them loosen up the pressure that's been on them. The sun is kind of setting at the moment, but we can see some dark clouds in the distance. Do you think they will come around here to hover around the ground?
Well, considering it's still the first inning, I think looking at the sky, there might be a bit of a chance for some rain. Let me quickly check the weather forecast for Colombo.
So many weather apps, only few are accurate. But we have been seeing some good cricket over the past few days. No rain interruption whatsoever, and of course it would be really unfortunate for a rain interruption to happen to this game when 2 good sides are clashing on Another single taken once again. So good running between the wickets, and that's the end of the over. 5 runs coming out. 5 runs coming out of it. It's 8 for 2 after 3.
Kushal once again with the spell. Comfortable single taken off the leg side.
Rotating strike very well. Trying to, like I said before, build up that momentum that would help them to score more runs.
Well, the momentum is not quite swift enough as for now, but they will definitely try to accelerate things up if they were to keep on to the upper hand so far they have in this tournament.
They're definitely they are coming here with 2 wins in a row, so that means they have the ability to take on good sides.
Outswinging grip from Kushal, as in.
Oh, that's a shout! That's a shout!
Was there a bit of a bat involved? Maybe, because that looked pretty straight to me. An in-swinging grip, beg your pardon. It did its job. Nipped back into the right hander a little bit. I think there must have been some bat involved.
By the looks of it, I think there was an inside edge involved in that. If it's not, then the umpire would have thought that might be impacting outside off. But who knows? Plenty of things going around these days in the minds of the umpire. Or
Like
trying to go for that aerial shot.
Trying to convert the line of the ball towards the leg side. That was a completely offside delivery. Tried to sort of slog it on the onside for a fast bowler. Pretty peculiar.
Do you think it's pretty brave?
Bravery is a rash word to use there. I mean, he was probably testing things out. Going for a different approach, maybe. Oh, that was pretty close from becoming an inside edge. But that will race away for a boundary.
That's the first boundary for the Colombo Titans. Unfortunate not to play it from the middle of the bat. But anyways, everything counts in this game. Unfortunate for the Mumbai that the inside edge didn't go on to the stumps. But fortunately for the Colombo Titans, that's a boundary, and Vishwa survives as well. Survives a scare, actually. Kushal is bowling with some good pace and good bounce. Can, of course, bamboozle the batsman at different times. Places straight onto the bowler.
Well, I think the pace is definitely beating the two batsmen there from both the ends. And probably the two batsmen are playing more of a safe approach towards these two so that they can retain their strike until the spin attack comes up. Maybe that's their approach so far. Otherwise, they would have looked to go towards that aerial route to score runs. But I think that's sort of a smart approach because both the bowlers are in form. And they can do a very lethal damage.
Oh, it's high in the air.
Is someone under it?
Coming under it. And it's taken. Mumbai has been excellent in the field so far. And is, of course, one of the danger men in the Colombo Titans batting lineup. And he's gone back to the dugout. I mean, a desperate shot, don't you think, Furvis? Trying to flick it towards the leg side. But instead takes the top edge. And the captain himself has taken a brilliant catch there.
That was a wonderful catch, running backwards, judging the ball correct. Does no mistake. And make sure that the catch is safeguarded, and there's the fall of the third wicket.
The Colombo Titans, they have lost their third wicket, so the things are looking hard for them from this point onwards. When they looked like the momentum was, they looked like they were trying to pick up the momentum, but again another setback puts them on the back foot once again.
Well, do you think there's going to be a recovery from the Colombo Titan batting lineup here, Minidu? At this stage of the game, it's 3 overs and 3 deliveries gone, and 3 wickets have fallen already. What do you think their approach should be and what they would be?
I think right now Furbies try to build up a partnership. That's what they require. I know that still like almost 2 overs are left in the power play, but they have to forget about playing rash shots and try to actually set a foundation, and maybe try to take 2 to 3 overs to adjust to the wicket and get a partnership going, and then I think eventually everything will turn on its way for them.
So you're saying they should follow the concept, play more balls, score more runs?
Definitely. Because until they won't take it deep, there's no chance of them scoring runs. They have to know how to take it deep, how to finish off all the 20 overs.
Well, Minidu, if you look at the projected score as per the current run rate, it's looking pathetic for the Colombo Titans. But hopefully there's going to be a recovery from their perspective, and Mumbai will try to restrict them for this certain standpoint there. Another good delivery by Kushal.
Well, of course, there are plenty of talented players in each side. And talking about talented sides, of course, South Asia's best are playing right here.
South Asia's best lawyers who can play cricket.
If you put it like that, yes.
Well, even to represent this team should be a huge privilege and a pride for them back in their country.
Oh, that's a shower, and that's the wide.
Wide has been given. A controversial decision from the umpire. The fielding unit absolutely thought that there was a nick there. And
first it was the keeper who was actually interested. He was the one who made that appeal from the start. Clearly thought.
Oh, was that a wide, Minidu?
From this angle, that doesn't look like a wide for Rizam. But we can't take those decisions, no. It's up to the umpire. So the on-field calls are going to be tight every time whenever they make those decisions.
Umpire's decision, last decision.
A small call for a single, but won't take that risk. End of the over there. It's 4 overs gone. Apologies, there's another delivery left to be bowled. Tushar has been brilliant. Economical overs are being bowled by him, and of course from the other end as well, no runs are leaking. Just what the Mumbai captain expected from his bowling side, to tighten the things around, to tighten and not give them any opportunities to score. I think that's why they took the decision of bowling first as well. Oh, that's gone. That is castled.
The 4th wicket falls for the Colombo Titans. The situation is not looking good at all. The Mumbai team dominating the Colts ground today.
Well, of course, it's Mumbai all around. Their words. That
It's
name
Mumbai's lair right now.
Definitely.
The Colombo Colts.
They're ruling that wicket. And the Colombo Titans, they are in a really tough spot, trying to pick themselves up from a defeat itself, because right now the batting doesn't look good at all, because top batters from that lineup, top 4 batters have already been dismissed by the Mumbai bowling attack. And of course, you can clearly see the frustration when he walks back to the dugout.
I mean, to be fair, that was a good delivery. I mean, right on the top of the off stump,
Yeah.
clipping that bail, coming across the left hander.
A huge
Must have been
respect
a-
should be given to that delivery ball by Tushar. 2 wickets.
I mean, the deserved reward has been given for that wonderful delivery by Tushar, I would say.
Of course, these are the 2 wickets by Tushar.
Getting that early breakthrough.
Early breakthrough once again. And
Once again, darting that ball into the right hander, going as strong as ever, Tushar.
of course, with that confidence, he can go a long way. Still got 2 overs left in his spell. I'm pretty sure the captain will use him wisely in those deep overs left in this innings. But the question is, will Titans remain until then?
Well, the first question of the day was how fast the Delhi Giants would complete the game, and now it's how far the Colombo Titans will survive. Oh, that was a good delivery. A short one on that occasion.
Pick the outside edge, was just 4 short of this first slip that was in place. Misses that one completely outside the off stump, so it's Jitarshan, a good right arm fast bowler for the Colombo Titans, who's been promoted up the order. So the middle order has been exposed. That's what Mumbai wanted, to expose the middle order from the start itself, and have done that in the power play. Just 1 over left inside the power play, and the Colombo Titans are actually in distress at the moment. So there's Chitarshan on strike. Apologies, that's Irshan, the captain, who's on strike. And no runs will be conceded. Played it straight to the short cover, who was in place, the captain for Mumbai. Well, these 2 fast bowlers have done an excellent job for Mumbai. Have the 4 wickets amongst themselves. The 4 wickets that have been taken by Mumbai so far. And that's flagged, and is there someone at the deep too?
There was someone, but that just falls short from the fielder, and on that occasion he would be safe.
Another single have been taken. So the final over of the power play, and of course the power play has gone in the favor of Mumbai. There's no doubt about that. The question remains how they are going to tackle the coming few overs. At least at the halfway mark of the innings, they should be at a respectable and comfortable spot, even though they have lost the 4 wickets early on. That's going to be a wide.
Insane sync there between me and Minu, but
Definitely. Almost like a Bluetooth connection.
well, the power play is looking terrible for the Colombo Titans, as you said. definitely not getting the best out of it, not even the minimum out of it.
Comes down the ground, and that's going to be a boundary. A welcome boundary for the Colombo Titans to help them loosen up that pressure.
That will relieve some sort of pressure from away from their minds with that boundary. A strong hit down the ground.
Definitely, the outfield does the rest. Guides the ball over the boundary line. Shots, few more shots like those, and they are, I would say, will be kind of back into the game. But again, have to be very well aware of utilizing their wickets properly. Another wicket means slowly the low order will be exposed as well, and definitely that they don't want that to happen. Comes down the track and misses it completely. So 2 more deliveries left in the over. Means 2 more deliveries left inside the power play, and that's why Jitarshan is trying to utilize that properly. They know the power play haven't gone in their way at all, but still 2 more deliveries are left for them to end the power play on a high note. Last 2 deliveries, the penultimate delivery to be bowled.
Oh, what a tight line that is. Absolutely beat the batsman there once again. That was short, that was quick, that was straight, that was seaming away from the right hander a little bit.
So well, Farvis, we saw how well the wicket is actually favouring the spinners. So do you think at this moment, looking at the conditions right now, will it be favouring the fast bowlers considering the situation
Well,
right
as long as you are a deck hitting fast bowler who has a very good higher arm action, even with a drier pitch, I think you can get the advantage out of it. Once again, you can see the unpredictable bounce there that went skidding down. The earlier delivery was nipping up, so there's definitely an effect from the pitch towards the bowlers as well. If you know how to utilize it, if you know how to use it, you cannot let loose of your deliveries. You have to be tight with your line and length, and you have to be disciplined. And as we can see, the pitch has rewarded the disciplined in this occasion. It's the end of the 6th over. It's the end of the power play. It's 21 for the loss of 4.
Of course, the umpire indicating the power play has been concluded. Now, of course, it's going to be hard to accumulate runs, right, for which, I mean, it's easy to get the singles and the twos, but they'll have to find a way to get boundaries through the gaps that are going to be available, but it's not going to be majority of them. Otherwise, only option is to go over the top. But, of course, they are risky, and considering the situation, risky shots to be made are the last thing that they want to do. So the spinners have been introduced into the attack, and after the end of the power play.
Jairaj introduced into the bowling attack from the Park Road end. Well, this is a good end to introduce the spinners because on the good length of this end, there is a huge patch on the correct line. We could notice that before the game.
So are we expecting a lot of turn or a lot of drifts?
If it hits the correct spot, there's going to be some drift. Definitely not there though.
Well, that's going to be wide.
Well, he's got a peculiar action. I'm wondering if he's an unorthodox sort of a medium pacer.
Oh, brilliant. That's played well. But there's, of course,
protection in the DP since the power play is over.
Well, those kind of shots should have come at the power play. Inside the power play, I would say. Otherwise, if he had played that inside the power play, that would have been a boundary. Of course, there's plenty of protection out there at the boundary lines, trying to cut off the boundaries for the Colombo Titans. This time, It's high in the air, but that's another boundary for the Colombo Titans.
That had made the distance safe enough towards the boundary line, and that's going to be a 4.
Of course, a few of the players at the dressing room grunted right when he made that shot, but actually he was safe. Long on was converging onto it. There was no chance whatsoever to grab onto it as it sails, crosses the finishing line. Oh, brilliant! This is a brilliant shot by the captain himself.
Well, talking about recovery, that is what we are looking to see.
A beautiful shot there. Furbies lofted it right through the extra cover region, and those kind of shots you can watch it all day and still not be satisfied.
Those are the treat for your eyes, absolutely. Oh, beautiful shot. Reminded me of Virat Kohli for a second, to be honest. Well, apparently you don't like him, but
It's not about or not liking him. It's about the fact that I don't prefer him in my list of best batsmen.
could be controversial considering the fact that
We are not talking about international cricket. We are talking about
well,
the game going on
we'll
right
let go
here.
of that topic for some time later. Maybe for tonight's dinner. Maybe.
Well, yeah, of course. Dinner's on you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of the 7th over. At the end of the 7th one, it's 33 for 4.
A good over for the Colombo Titans, I would say. Almost more than 10 runs coming from that over. A very good over for them, but an expensive over for the Mumbai side. If they want to get one of these two batters who are in the middle back into the dugout, then they'll have to be disciplined with their line and length. So these are the 4 wickets that fell down for the Titans. The first breakthrough, Tusit, who went down, and that was the catch at point. And this was Vijay Surya, a man who is known to be a batter who can build up partnerships, and this is the final wicket. Completely the fast bowlers have dominated this innings so far for Mumbai. And Barwick, the spinner, the left-arm orthodox spinner, is coming into play. 7 overs have already been gone and 33 runs have been accumulated, but still not enough. Oh! Goes for the full swing but misses that completely. Misses the edge, misses the stumps. I don't think there was a stumping opportunity there, but who knows? Maybe the back foot would have been lifted right when the keeper held on to the ball. And it's going to take a quick single right there. Brilliant. That's a direct hit. That's a direct hit, but of course it's definitely a tight call for the umpires, but will they go upstairs to check whether that is a dismissal? Of course they're going upstairs.
I think on that occasion the batsman was safe.
Yeah, he has reached home safely. And of course
There
that's a
it is.
confirmation.
There is a confirmation by the umpire, Mr. Saman Kumar.
Brilliant fielding by Mumbai. Direct hits. Those would actually make the batsman more hesitant in taking those twos and singles when those kind of close direct hits are possible by the fielders.
Well, good fielding has been always the point of difference, Vinindu. That was definitely running down the leg. Once again, the bowler maintaining that tight line and length. Comes down the track. Neat hit. Beautifully played.
That's a good boundary by, of course, Jatarshan, coming down the track and opening his bat through the offside.
Beautiful connected with the ball.
They're trying to get the momentum right here, Colombo Titans, and they are surely doing that. Putting the pressure
Sweet
back on.
sound of the bat, Vinidu. Extremely satisfying.
The momentum is turning around, I would say. Couple of boundaries have been scored in those previous few overs that have been bowled.
The run rate has come up towards almost 5 from being at around 1.5. So the recovery is on. We'll see what the Colombo Titans have in their pockets towards the resolution of this inning. Oh, could have been extremely close with a direct hit, but quite lucky there.
I think the batsman had given up that run. He didn't even actually he wasn't even desperate to crease the bat at that moment. You can clearly see another opportunity for the Mumbai side to scalp another wicket, but that's the end of the over. 8 overs gone. It's 39 for 4.
If you pay a visit over here, we have a lot to offer.
Of course, if you're looking out to...
That was so close from hitting the stumps, Vinindu.
Actually, it was hard for me to see what was going on at that moment.
Well, he was trying to slice it on the offside, maybe for a single, but the ball came thrashing in.
Oh, comes down the track. That's gone all the way, and the long off fielder will watch it sail over his head for a maximum. And of course, this man is on form. We are really on sync today, don't you think, Furvis?
That's what happens when you do your job with a comrade for too long, I guess.
Oh, when you eat the same lunch.
Nicely played on the offside. Late cut. Will it go all the way? No, the fielder makes sure that it is safeguarded at the boundary line. It will only take 2 though.
Oh, that's an edge. An outside edge, and it will beat the third man. Will it go to the boundary? And yes, it will. That's another boundary. So a brilliant over in this in this over for the Colombo Titans, trying to get back into the game. So far, 12 runs coming out of it, and two deliveries are left in this over. Pretty unfortunate they have removed the silk cordon.
And the 50 mark milestone comes up for the Colombo Titans as well. And the run rate reviving towards almost being 6.0. It's currently 5.88.
And the projected score is slowly increasing for the Colombo Titans.
Little by little, they are recovering themselves from the pit hole that they fell in the beginning of the inning.
Of course, these two have to cruise along. Another wicket means another drawback for them, and they can't afford that kind of a drawback anymore. Another, I think it came right out of the glove, don't you think?
Yes, there could have been a bit of a glove in that one, but the slip ran backwards to collect it, in an attempt to collect it, but couldn't quite make the grounds there. Or was there a bit of a glove, or was that the glove?
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. But it just falls short of the boundary line and falls short of the field as well, so unfortunate and fortunate at the same time. The previous delivery, it looked like it didn't nick the glove at all. I think it just came out of the gloves of the wicket keeper. I'm not really sure about that. By the looks of it, that's what I saw.
And that concludes the 9th over. It's 52 for the loss of 4.
If you're looking for a vacation, this is the place to come.
If you are contemplating between vacation spots to visit this year, Sri Lanka could be definitely in your checklist.
Not could be, must.
Has to be, definitely.
Must be on your list. And at the top as well. Slides it down to the leg side, and we'll pick up a single this time. So the Titans are rotating the strike, and of course these two, the captain and of course Jitarshan, playing along a good innings here. It's Barvik, left arm orthodox bowler. This time just flicks it through mid-wicket area. Settle for a single.
Sticking to that consistent run rate between 5.5 and 6 all throughout ever since the recovery period of the Colombo Titans. But I'm pretty curious to see what the resolution of this inning would be, with relatively set two batsmen in the middle. Gives himself some room and works it towards sweeper cover for a single.
A shorter delivery. Wasn't played it a little bit late through the points, but this time just played it through the gap of cover there. Comes down the track. That is brilliant. That has gone all the way. And that's another maximum for the Colombo Titans.
That will do the required damage for now towards Mumbai.
They're taking the game on to the Mumbai here. Brilliant placement, well balanced posture there, so that he can get right under the ball to cruise it over the boundary line. Oh, that's a shout! That's a shout!
That was a desperate shout.
By the looks of it, the umpire is agreeing that it is going to miss the leg stump. Yes, of course, by the looks of it.
At the end of the 10th over, the scorecard of the Colombo Titans. 3 early scalps for them, 4 early scalps for them, 3 ducks. And Vishwa Vijay Surya, the man in form, goes for a single digit, unfortunate for him. And currently, Irshan and Jatarshan in strike with 22 and 25 runs respectively.
This time set an opportunity, and that's taken brilliantly.
Catches win, matches win, and this is the definite interpretation of it. Absolute pinnacle of fielding at the sweeper cover region.
Because of course it's Jitarshan who played a very good cameo alongside his captain, who has to walk back.
I think that stroke was unnecessary because there was definitely protection in the deep there. One miss hit and you could have been gone definitely, and that's exactly what happened on that occasion.
Pretty unfortunate, and of course
he contributed for the Colombo Titans for their recovery, but unfortunately has to walk back to the dugout with disappointment.
Another drawback for the Colombo Titans. Looked like they had taken the momentum and was cruising along well, but
just when we thought that they were settled down a bit, they lose a wicket. How unfortunate is it for the Colombo Titans? You have to admire that effort at the deep, Minidu. I mean, we saw plenty of attempts like that go into waste during this tournament, but that fielder, absolutely magnificent effort.
Pretty well judged and timed his dive right at the time the ball was almost closing the impact on the ground.
An absolute bravery diving towards the ball's direction.
And of course the new batsman in Kulunu Rodrigo, a very good prominent bowler with a left-arm orthodox bowler who troubled the Delhi Giants in that first game. 3 for 9 is his bowling figure, so can he do something with the bat this time around?
Well, personally, I've never seen him bat just yet, so maybe this is his chance to introduce himself as maybe an effective batsman in means with the bat.
प्रणय थोड़ा टी-शर्ट चेंज कर लेना, टी-शर्ट चेंज कर लो या तो फटफट नजदीक नहीं रुकना। अश्वत निनाद अपन एक और शॉट है वो लोग कंपलसरी अपने।
And of course, if you can hear plenty of planning going on for the field settings for this new batsman.
One slip in place, Minidu. Something to be noted.
And played it through the gap and will get the captain on strike. So good start for him, but a decent delivery by the bowler himself, Rajesh.
Well, the two current batsmen's only intent should be collecting as much runs as possible in a safer approach rather than losing their wickets at this crucial stage of the inning.
Carry their team to the death overs. That's what they should do. Place it to long off. That should have been stopped there by the bowler, I would say. So far, it's been a brilliant over for the Mumbai side. Just 2 runs and a wicket coming out of it, and Rajesh, can he turn this into an economical over? Rodrigo on strike. Oh, that's the edge. And this might run away to the boundary, and yes, it will. And that was a valuable 4 runs for Rodrigo and for the Colombo Titans as well.
Well, there it is in your answer. You asked if he will be able to turn this into an economical over, but that boundary says otherwise.
I'm really turning out to be a jinx, aren't I?
The commentator's curse is real, it seems.
I think just when I'm saying it. By experience, it happened to me in the previous games, so... Oh, that is brilliant! Castled it!
Absolute beauty of a delivery, that is. Just thrashing towards the off stump. No spin whatsoever, just straight away towards the middle stump and off stump. The batsman calculated some sort of a spin there with his action, but the pitch doing its magic. Another wicket falls for the Colombo Titans. The new batsman joins, the set batsman in the middle.
Shamir is the new batsman in, and of course Cullen Rodrigo looked like a batsman who is able to get things underway once again, but
that was purely out of that brilliance of the delivery. He only did the mistake of reading the spin wrong, and that costed him his wicket.
once again showing how the wickets are favoring the spinners. When you target the right spots and not wicket, then the batsman is of course yours, I would say.
Thank you, sir. Left arm round. One more to go. Super. लंबा नहीं आएगा इनिशियली. दो नहीं देना यहाँ पे. जा.
That concludes the 11th over. 2 wickets coming out of it. Even though he costed 7 runs, but he wouldn't mind. He has 2 wickets in his bag. And it's currently 68 for the loss of 6.
Another 9 overs to go. Can Colombo Titans survive the 9 overs? That's the question that's running through.
ओए बॉल बॉल के बॉल गुड स्टार्ट यार गुड स्टार्ट यार धीरज तैयार पुढे राहा नीरज एक जाऊ दे पुढे
That's another wicket. The wicket is actually bamboozling the batsman. It came out really low to Mohammad Shamir, and that's another wicket. Just clips his right out, clips his off stump.
Well, the wicket does not know the team's Minudu, so I think in return the Colombo Titans also should capitalize on the conditions of the wicket. I think if they were to grab the win, the only option they have now is to come back with the ball.
Of course, they're huddling up. That's what I have seen so far in this game. The Mumbai, right after the wicket falls down, they just gather at one point and talk about the strategies that they are going to come up with for the coming batsmen. I think that's a really good team coordination, and of course that will really encourage the bowlers, and not just the bowlers, but I think all the 11 who are out in the middle.
Very good point there, Minidu. Good communication and understanding of what the bowler and the fielding unit can do. That interconnection is very important when it comes to a game of cricket. Not only cricket, any sort of a team game. There's a reason why it's called a team game. Madhusudan with the ball. Once again, a good delivery.
Just 2 deliveries left in the over. And the Titans, I mean, this has been a massive collapse for them. Right when two batters, Jitarshan and Irishan, who is still in the middle, got things underway, just completely ruined their efforts, I would say, because of the poor batting by the Titans and poor judgment of every delivery that they faced.
Once again, that ball came spinning into the right-hander. A bit of a rough action from this pitch on that occasion.
So that's the end of the over. Colombo Titans 69 for 7.
And Shanu is down there at the ground with a discussion in place with the guest speaker. And I would like to hand over the screen towards Shanu. Shanu, it's your chance now.
Now we are talking clearly of a battle, and we are witnessing nothing short of drama. A team that has been on the top is dropping wickets like bullets. So now we need to find out from an expert. I'm joined by Mr. Ranjan, who's also a fan of the team. Now he was a former coach here for Sri Lankan Lawyers Association, and also he is an under-19 recruiter for the Sri Lankan national team. Sir, it's an honor to be standing alongside you. You have immense experience. You come with wealth of knowledge. We know this is a powerful team. What is happening?
Yeah, at the moment, Sri Lanka Lawyers lose 7 wickets, and this wicket, I think, holds wicket. Now it's at least 100 to 125. It's a good score, but if they can reach at least 100, it will be a good match because their bowling also very good. So I think you can see a good match at the end of the session, you know.
No, so before we go to the second half of the game, definitely they're going to, it looks like the match is going to go into the second innings very soon. But before that, we know Mumbai is a very strong team in terms of batting. How strong, or what are the right things that Sri Lanka or Colombo should do in terms of their bowling attack?
Yeah, I think this wicket is little, you can see a little turn, of course. So I think Sri Lanka Lawyers have special spinners also. So you can see whether Mumbai batters could do better batting display and do but you can see a good match. I can say that.
So we know you're going to, okay, we know you have a lot of experience. Quickly, who do you think will win? And give me a good scoreline.
What's a
Yeah, so it's Colombo versus Mumbai. Who do you think will win? And do you have a scoreline in mind?
Yeah, I think it will be a good match. So I can't.
He's being politically correct now.
Maybe, but I can't say because I know the Sri Lankan Lawyers team. They can come up at any time. So you can't see whether they score 100 runs. They will fight back.
Well, let's see whether they really fight back. Back to the commentators.
Thank you very much, Shanu. And that was a note from the former Sri Lankan Lawyers cricket team coach. And according to him, regardless of the scoreline, they will fight back with their bowling arsenal.
But of course, that's the attitude that they should follow, considering the fact that they only have another 7 overs to go. Like I said before, Furvis, they need to know how to take it deep. At least try to play all the 20 overs. All the 120 balls that are available for them.
Glided away in the onside for a single. Rajesh once again with the ball from the usual end.
Oh, plays it. That's gone. I think that's made the connection, and that's gone all the way. And it has.
Landed on top of the net on the side wickets. Absolutely whacked out of the park.
Have to wonder how they're going to get the ball back.
Neat connection with the ball there. Powerful swing of the bat. Well, recovering the ball is the next question. Oh, there it is. They've recovered it sooner than I expected. Irshan, the set batsman.
Plays it down to long off and will take a single there. That won't run away to the boundary, but
Would that be a leg by, Minidu?
the umpire will indicate it. Yes, of course, that's a leg by.
Once again, a very good delivery. Attempting to go to that slog sweep, he came to the front to play that slog sweep, but immediately understood that it would be a bad decision because that was spinning in. Either way, it would have missed his bat, thrashing into the stumps.
Realized he was not in the position to play that shot.
And that was not the ball for it either.
Oh, brilliant,
wow.
brilliant once again. And that's cleared the boundary also. Another maximum by the captain. So a brilliant over. 15 runs coming out of it over so far.
Irshan once again giving hope to the Colombo Titans dressing room. At the end of the 14th over, the scoreline stands as 85 for the loss of 7, but not to worry for the Colombo Titans because they've got a set batsman on crease,
Of course,
Irshan.
the captain himself taking up the responsibility when the other end.
तैयार रहना जया कभी भी जरूरत पड़ेगा डालने का
Two big maximums been scored in that previous over. And another single will be taken here.
Putting Irshan back on strike.
Of course, the said batsman will take the strike more often from now on. Try to get the runs as quickly as possible since...
Well, he should pay attention to the field sitting as well, Minidu.
Definitely the situational awareness and the field awareness has to be on point. And he will take a quick single once again. The keeper fumbles opportunity to get one of the batsmen out with a run out.
And apparently that was once again a leg by declared.
The single that was taken, of course, the fumble.
I mean, it's hard to grip the ball either because of that inner glove, quite slippery.
Couldn't get hold of the ball quickly.
Oh.
Rajesh is bowling some good deliveries, I would say.
Instructions from the dressing room of Colombo Titans going towards the batsman to remain patient and collect the only available runs, not to find or create any cheeky shots.
Inside edge onto the pads.
That's a very good over for the Mumbai team.
End of the over, 15 overs gone, it's 87 for 7.
Batsman, hurry up.
It's Kushal into the attack. So the fast bowler has been introduced once again to get rid of one of these batsmen. Of course, one of these batsmen definitely means the captain, Erishan, who has scored 36 runs from just 27 deliveries faced.
Meanwhile, the Colombo Titans dressing room desperately praying that they do get a score more than 120.
Of course, the captain.
Kushal's pace beating the batsman once again.
But I think the batters have a good opportunity of using that pace and guiding it through the gaps, and of course maybe using that pace to loft it over the boundary line as well, and the fielders. So utilizing the pace. Oh, that's a good delivery. Coming right back into the right hand, but well played once again. Do you think with this kind of an outfield, using the pace of the ball, is it an efficient tactic for Viz?
Well, the outfields are of course fast, and the pace could be vital, but they do go with no protection behind the stance. But as long as the ball moves like that, there's no need for protection behind.
Regardless of the pace for Viz, the ball is coming really low. So it's really a hard time for the batters to make connections with the ball when they're expecting it to come to a certain level so that they can make contact with it. But when the ball hits the deck, it's certainly it certainly comes onto the bat from a different height. So they are not expecting that at all. And plays it well, but towards point again, so no single will be taken. So a lot of economical, I would say this is an economical over, but once again another,
Don't be the jinx once again, Minidu.
another 2 deliveries left to go.
Mumbai will have to cover some areas if you be the jinx for them once again.
But who knows? We'll take a quick single.
A good delivery in that occasion, very very swift. That one nipped upwards instead of skidding down the wicket. So this wicket has some elements of surprise, and even 120 could be a vital target for the Mumbai team to chase.
Yeah,
The Colombo
definitely.
Titans come
Looking
out
at the arsenal of bowlers the Colombo Titans possess, it's not going to be a piece of cake for the Mumbai side. Definitely they'll have to put in a lot of fight to chase down a total that's going to be set for them. And right now these two fast bowlers they possess, they're hitting the deck hard and doesn't make the right connection with the bat, but ends up getting a single.
Ooh,
So good
that
run in
was-
between the wickets, and of course that's a That's another single, so the 2 runs will be taken from it. So the Titans are closing in on the 100 milestone. So end of the 16th over, only 4 overs left for Reese. Let's see how it's gonna be. 91 for 7. Of course, that game-changing partnership, I would say, not a game-changing but a foundation-setting partnership by Jatarshan and of course the captain Irshan. A 46-run partnership from just 34 deliveries. But then it was pretty much hard for any other batter to build up a partnership with the captain. But right now this partnership is going on well. Irshan is actually putting up good partnership with Johan. Of course, a lot of deliveries have been faced in order to get 23 runs, but maybe they can turn things around once they move into those death overs.
Center. Thank you.
Played it straight to point there, so no single will be taken. Good start for Bhavik.
नहीं सही है वो फोन का कट के ले लेना ऊपर से निकल गया बैट्समैन के पीछे नजर नहीं आया नहीं ठीक है फिर बहुत एक्सपोज हो जाता है यहाँ का भी ऐसा बन जाता है इसमें
Wide delivery. Bhavik letting the string go a bit loose on that occasion will give an extra run for the Colombo Titans.
Comes down the track this time. I think long off will cut it off and the batsman will settle for a single. Johan is getting a shot on strike.
कुशल तैयार है ना जबा सिन्हा मजा तैयार है मजा चल जाएगा ये ध्यान रखना चला देता ये
That's gone all the way to the moon. What a shot.
What a shot. What a shot that is for Riz. Would you have been able to play that?
I don't think so, Minudhu, because the connection of the bat was absolutely beautiful to see. So satisfying. Sails away towards the maximum over the head of the long on fielder.
Of course, Irshan has not been afraid to come down the track for the spinners. Oh, very well played. Good awareness, another small wishfield, but didn't cost them. A single have been taken. So Johan is on strike. I'm pretty sure he'll go for a big strike this time, considering the fact that there are exactly another 3 overs left. So are we looking for an aggressive stroke? Are we expecting one?
We are definitely expecting an aggressive stroke of this delivery. But
no, they'll be happy with the single. So
I mean, that should be the right intent, Minudhu, grabbing as many marks as possible.
Definitely. So 17 overs gone. It's 103 for 7.
Everybody happy, so I had to.
Johan on strike against Jairaj.
Oh, that's over the top. And it will not run away to the boundary, but they'll settle for 2 runs. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely hammered, but it's dropped. Of course, plenty of advice coming from the dress. Plenty of advice coming from the dressing room. Of course, coming back for 2. So, of course, these last few overs, it's intense. The people are gathering around this ground to see this clash. It's a small appeal, but missing leg stump, and they'll take a single. So, just 3 more deliveries. Actually, just a delivery left in this over. So, Jairaj, a
And
decent
also,
over.
the skipper is just 2 runs away from his half century.
A captain knock. This has been took the responsibility. Plays it down the ground, and no, they'll stay for a single. So end of the over there. 18 overs gone. It's 109 for 7. Of course, Tushar, oh, that's high in the air. But they'll take the single, misses that completely. The keeper had a chance to run out the captain, who is on a 48. That would have been devastating if he had to walk back. But obviously, well, that's a fascinating swing there by the captain. Has to take the walk, And the leg umpire lifts the bat for him. Clearly can see the replay. Of course, there's 3 deliveries left, and so far this penultimate over, bowled by Tushar, is proving out to be an economical one. 112 runs on the board, so I think this has been a good comeback by the Colombo Titans, considering the situation they were in almost, I would say, 7 overs ago. Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. That is very cheeky, but it's effective. 4 runs there, valuable 4 runs for the Colombo Titans. This is what I said about going deep, taking the game to the deep, trying to bat all the 20 overs they can. With the number of deliveries, more number of deliveries available for them, more chance of getting runs in this game. And that's what the captain and his partner alongside him at the crease have done. Goes again, this is high in the air. 2 fielders are coming under it. Will it be taken? No, of course not. His captain had taken a brilliant catch previously, but this time he won't be able to repeat the same catch and the same marvelousness in terms of grabbing onto it. Of course, not to forget, those are valuable runs for the Colombo Titans. This was high in the air. It's never easy when you're running back and trying to judge when the ball, where the ball is landing. Oh, misses that completely, so just a delivery left. Tushar, it's been a brilliant over by him. Apologies, that's, I think, the last delivery that was bowled. So end of the over, just another over left to go for the Colombo Titans. They're 118 for 7. And of course, it's Irshan, the captain, who is on strike. And if you look at the scorecard, there's only one man who's shining, Irshan. But you've got to appreciate the efforts by Jatarshan as well. 25 runs from just 21 deliveries, put in a good partnership with the captain. And now Johan Jinasena, the wicket keeper, playing a brilliant role as well. It's been hard for him to get boundaries and maximums. 32 deliveries faced to get to 18 runs, but the partnership and the securement of his end should be admired no matter what. Oh, that's gone. That is really unfortunate. Of course, pretty much unfortunate there. I'm pretty sure the captain would be devastated, and he's getting a standing ovation from the dressing rooms. What an innings it has been. The man of the moment for the Colombo Titans, the man who actually set the foundation for them, the man who took them to the score that you are seeing at the moment. The main reason, I would say, it's him. Another 5 deliveries left. Jairaj, a brilliant start to his over. Slower ball. Once again, like I said before, the ball is really coming low onto the bat. Misjudged the full swing and couldn't make the right connection because of the height the ball came. And hits the bottom of the off stump. Oh, well placed. And will pick up a quick single so that he can get Johan on strike. So it's Johan's job to take the game. There's still huge opportunities left for him to get maximums. Another 4 deliveries. Plays it straight down the ground. It's going to be cut off there. And it's going to come back for 2. Good running. But the keeper, it's completely fumbled. It's good running. Once again, the keeper is not proving out to be really efficient with those runouts. There were a couple of chances where he could have put a scalp on the scorecard, but once again, those should have been done properly. Those should have been done. It's going to come back for 2. They're running quick. They're going to take the quick single. Is that a run out? Oh, brilliant running. They're going to come back for 3. It's good running. And they'll take 4 runs actually. It's 4 runs. They ran 4. It's 4 runs.
This is what the pressure can do to you. It can make you do desperate things. And the pressure serving the Colombo Titans well in that occasion.
Of course, these were the 2 runs taken before, and of course, there was no backup whatsoever. And the 4 runs were easily taken, I would say. Did they have time to come back for 5? Who knows?
I mean, you can't blame them either. Running 4 is not an easy task.
Yeah, definitely.
Demands a lot of energy. Lot of explosive energy.
Oh, brilliant. They'll try to stay for the single. Another exactly a delivery left. So it's do or die. So for Pavitra.
Well, after that devastating power play, their recovery has been immensely good, Minindu.
Oh, there's going to be 2 runs for sure. They'll try to come back for 2. And they certainly will. Of course, there's a fumble. And of course, that's a run out. So the last single will not be taken. The umpire will go upstairs to check that out. But I think he was out a mile. Couldn't crease the ball. Apologies, couldn't crease the bat on time. But this has been an incredible recovery by the Colombo Titans for Vizai. You got to absolutely applaud their efforts. And efforts of the captain, I would say.
Exactly. The skipper is to be given a lot of credit in the means of recovery. They were looking absolutely bad after the end of the first power play with barely 30 runs.
The umpire will be giving the decision very soon. I think it's pretty much confirmed that's a run out. And I think the Mumbai side, they're pretty much happy about the bowling performance. At some points it looked like they gave the game away a little bit and helped the Colombo Titans side to recover. But who knows what could happen. These final few runs could be decisive for them. But we are still unsure of what's going to happen. Will we see a close game like we saw in the Bangalore-Kolkata match on the first day itself?
Well, I can say that we can expect something like that in this game as well, because even 120 can be a very vital score in this pitch condition, because there was uneven bounce, there was uneven spin.
Of course, Shanu is right there at the grounds interviewing one of the star batters of the innings. Over to you, Shanu.
Here at the Colts in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Man, what an epic match. What an epic finish to that first innings from Colombo. But before we dig deeper, let's hear from Mr. Rajiv, who is a former committee member, former secretary, of the Bar Association in Colombo. So I'm really honored to be standing alongside you. You have taken cricket onto a different level. You have been there for a lot part of it. What are your thoughts of sport overall in Colombo?
Well, let's speak about cricket. Cricket is a lifestyle in Colombo and in Sri Lanka. After winning the World Cup in 1996, cricket is a day-to-day thing. In fact, this is my home ground. I live in the neighborhood. And your question, I think people eat, sleep and drink cricket as they do in India. And I think this opportunity here for the lawyers to come down, the zonal tournament, is an excellent opportunity for friendship, networking among the lawyers. We lead fairly stressful lifestyles, so it's good to take a break from all that. Of course, there's the people, the guys who play cricket. It's good for their health, and all that. But it's a wonderful opportunity, and thank you for this.
Overall, where do you think sport is heading now? Not just in Colombo, but overall, where do you think it's heading?
The sport is heading in the right direction, no doubt. Sri Lanka is now hitting again the tourist as a big destination in the world. So it's a sports destination also. I mean, like, cricket is our main sport. We have all the other sports in Sri Lanka, but cricket is that number one sport, and we have done very well. Our team is going through a bit of a difficult time at the moment, the national team, but I think we will be back on track with some good youngsters. Similarly, the lawyers team is doing well. We didn't do in this match. We were doing a little badly at the beginning, but we caught up, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Yes, the scoreboard definitely reflects this. Now, before I let you go, quickly tell me your thoughts on cricket for friendship and the whole idea of brotherhood and sport bringing humankind together for this genuine good purpose.
The world is going through a very difficult time now with the Ukraine crisis, so on and so forth. We have had problems in Sri Lanka. Sport is something which can break boundaries, barriers, and get people together for the sport. So when you play sport, you don't think of race, religion, ethnicity, nationality. There is no difference. I mean, you play to win, you play for the game. So that breaks boundaries, and that is important both locally and internationally, and that is what is taking place. So you can see we have the Mumbai team, the Colombo team playing here. Once a match is over, they'll be best of friends. Those connections will go on for the rest of their lives, and you will see the Sri Lankans going to Mumbai, spending time. You'll see that over the next couple of years, the Indians coming here. So it is friendship at a different level, and friendship like that does not break for any other differences.
That was lovely. Now, he spoke about friendship off the pitch, but let's go to the battle right on the pitch. Thank you so much, Rajiv. He was the former secretary of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka. Now, we've heard his talks. Let's go back to the commentators to get an idea about the highlights of the match.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is the scorecard of the Colombo Titans. Well, it's a hard story to tell, isn't it, Farviz? I mean, only one man shining and coming to the rescue for the Colombo Titans. It's the captain himself, Erishan Ariyaratnam, who has scored 49 runs. Unfortunately, couldn't get to his half century, but still a valiant effort, valiant innings, I would say. But then Jatarshan and, of course, Johan partnered up with him really well, but the rest of the batters really couldn't capitalize and build up a partnership with the informed batters. So how would you sum this innings up?
Well, this inning has been entirely carried over by the captain himself, and he did his role pretty well. He'll be glad with his effort, and they've put on a decent score for these pitch conditions and the light conditions as per the standings, and hopefully we'll be able to see some good action from the bowling from their angle as well, and as well as the Mumbai team has a very good batting lineup. We shouldn't forget that either, and hopefully we'll see some action-packed second innings, so stay tuned.
Well, of course, if you take the bowling scorecard, a lot of economical bowlers are there. I think almost everyone has a wicket to their name. But Kushal and Tushar, the two fast bowlers for Mumbai, they've been absolutely brilliant. If you take the bowling figures, both of them have conceded 16 runs, have taken 2 wickets. So it's almost like brothers in arms who were bowling from both ends at the same time.
And their names rhyme as well.
Rhyme as well, of course, definitely. It's not a coincidence, I would say. And well, of course, this is the highlights of the innings. The first wicket fell down of Tusit. down at the ground for an interview. Over to you, Shanu.
I'm standing alongside a rather victorious Ershan, the captain of the Colombo team. Man, what a show you put on. I'm sure you're incredibly proud of yourself. And you restricted the team. You have put on a great show. You've scored immense runs. Now tell me, in the beginning, you told me when we were discussing the toss, you said batting was the ideal choice. Do you still think it was the right choice?
No, I think Mumbai bowled really well. Both the opening bowlers, they bent their back. They were bowling fast. It was seaming here and there. We lost a few wickets. However, I think Jeevan and me, we were building up a partnership. And then we were targeting about 150. Then we had to, we were trying to at least 100 and 120. Still, I think the runs are enough because the pitch is now slow. It's slow. Bowlers, if they bowl line and length, we have a good chance.
Well, we're talking about chance, but we also need to highlight the fact Mumbai is not a back-end team in terms of batting. Now, how do you plan to combat that? Because it's your turn to make a difference right now.
They are not a
batting? They're very friendly with batting. They're very strong in terms of batting. They're a good team overall. And you are also very strong in batting. But now, how are you going to bring your bowling prowess forward?
Yeah. I believe we'll have to do some quick changes. The light is also on our side. It's getting dark also. Wicket is also getting slow and low. So we'll have to get some quick changes and hope some quick wickets.
All right, I won't keep you standing. I will let you go back to the team so that you can make your quick changes and make that quick strategy so that you guys can take home the win. Let's wait and find out. Thank you so much. Right back to the commentators for the second innings.
Thank you, Shanu, for that important conversation down there. And we are set to start the second inning of the game between the Colombo Titans and the Mumbai team. This is a match summary of the first inning. Colombo Titans standing at a scoreline of 1-2-7 for 9. Ershan being the star of the batting lineup. And Tushar and Kushal, both of them, being stars in their bowling arsenal as well for this inning. Also we should mention Rajesh Sonkar, who picked up 2 wickets for the concedement of 22 runs.
Of course, the partnerships that were developed during the duration of the innings. Of course, that partnership, 46 runs from 34 by Jatarshan and Ershan, I would say helped them to pick up the momentum. Yeah, and Johan and Ershan once again, the half-century partnership that helped to build the foundation as well. So that summed up their innings. So we'll see the response from the Mumbai team very soon.
Well, we are nearing the exposition of the second inning of this game. Very decisive. Could go both ways. Hopefully we'll be able to get an action-packed second inning for this game. Takes the aerial route straight away. The Mumbai batsman Tusit has been dispatched to the boundary in the first ball itself.
Yeah, what a start for them. This is the start that they were looking forward to. Wasn't actually afraid to come down the track to the fast bowler and loft him over the heads of the extra cover. Well, Tusit, he's actually a decent fast bowler for the Colombo Titans. He's got the ability to bowl some of those deliveries with the extra bounce, but of course this time, with the decision of the batsman to come down the track, the length that he bowled to was much more comfortable for the batsman to loft it over the top.
And also, Minidu, ever since he got absolutely dispatched to the boundary in the first match itself by Shubhendu, he has started to bowl around the wicket. And knowing that it is his best approach on attacking the batsman.
Farviz, the keeper has come close to the stumps.
That's in the air.
That is gone.
Oh, that was close. That will raise away for a boundary. The second ball, not looking very good. The Colombo Titans.
Well, not a good start. 2 boundaries back to back, and of course the first 2 deliveries of the Mumbai innings as well. What do you think about the tactic of getting the keeper close and into the stumps, Farviz? Do you think it's a wise decision considering the pace of the deliveries Tusit is bowling?
Well, that Minidu depends entirely on the confidence of the wicket-keeper. Well, and we can clearly see that he's confident with his placement, and he knows that. Oh, there it is. An outside edge. Did they take a single out of it? Not quite. And coming back to your question, Minidu. I think it is an okay decision to do that, because the wicket-keeper can give some mental pressure to the batsman if he stands close by, but the counter can be costlier. Once again, a straightforward delivery by Tusit.
Ballers in.
Now the 2 deliveries left in this over. So far 10 runs coming out of it. A really expensive one for Tusit. A full delivery, and of course this time it's another boundary. This is not the start that he was looking forward to. Of course, the boundaries are flowing from the first over itself. It's Arman, the man who was able to get 49 runs in the game against Karachi Lawyers, which was the first game for Mumbai in this tournament. And Jairaj, 2 batters who were actually dominant in the power play of that game, as I remember watching it and of course of commentating in that game as well. But to see this, of course you can clearly see the frustration that's on his face. He should actually adjust his line and length from now on. Try to take on the challenge and try to take the challenge to the batsmen themselves. Oh, this is high in the air. This could be an opportunity. That is gone. That is brilliant. That is taken. And that is the wicket. This has been a good tactic. He bowled a short delivery, knowing that he would try to go over leg side. Then that was actually bowled outside the off stump as well. But he had the leverage to go down the ground, and that's why they actually kept a long off in place. Absolute brilliant ball in there by Tusit. Of course, he was hammered, but this is good. That is brilliant. That is, of course, brilliant.
Will you look at that for an effort from a fielder?
Just
magnificent.
Now with this angle, we saw how it happened. You cannot. I think that for me, that would have been the catch of the tournament.
That definitely should be. That has to be.
But who knows if you would see in these coming games as well. But you can't. So far, it's been crowned.
We saw another wonderful catch from. If I'm not mistaken, that was it Minidu? What was the team that wrapped up the inning with a brilliant catch?
Well, it's Delhi Giants, I would say, that did brilliantly in the previous game before this game. The new batsman has walked into the crease. A good start. Well, it was expensive, but at the same time, a wicket came out of it. That would help the Colombo Titans to muster up a lot of confidence and deliver those next overs brilliantly and with excellence, much more excellence, I would say. But Tusith is I would say an all-rounder. Opens the batting for the Colombo Titans and of course opens the bowling for the Colombo Titans as well. So not every player can do that. Clearly indicates the specialty of his cricketing experience. Oh, that missed the stumps. That missed the stumps. That missed everything, I would say. And it will run away to the boundary. That's a bye, of course. There was no inside edge whatsoever. But it had missed the leg stump by inches. Just inches, I would say. For Johan, a good off-spin delivery. Again, like I said, every delivery is coming a little bit low. But it was Jairaj.
A quick darter on the onside.
A quicker delivery.
Jairaj attempting for that loft on the leg side.
And he puts it through the leg side and will settle for a single. So Neeraj, the new batsman in. Arman, pretty unfortunate for him to go out in that fashion, but he was absolutely dismissed by a brilliance of a catch. One-handed stunner, I would say. Goes to the back foot and plays it well, but no single will be taken. So a good comeback there by Johan after that 4 runs. That completely missed the stumps, went on through the final leg region. Comes to the front foot. That's a chance. Oh, completely.
There was a bit of a fumble there. Could have been a real chance.
A direct hit would have sent the batsman packing home, for sure. I mean, those kind of opportunities, the ball should be held on to at once, and the throws should be much more accurate. Oh, that's another misfield, so another single will be taken. The ball will turn around at different types of fields when the shots are being played. So that's the end of the over. 2 overs gone, a decent over by Horn there. It's 20 for 1 Mumbai. Of course, it's Jatarshan, the man who will be replacing Tusith, another bowler, I would say a prominent bowler for the Colombo Titans. has got the pace and of course the extra bounce as well. A deadly bowler who has the ability to trouble the batsman at various times. And of course a lovely action. Oh, like just when
There it is.
Just when I credited him for his brilliance in those previous games, he delivered perfectly the first delivery of his spell in this game. Right back into the right-hander. You have of course he's got that late swing. He's got that ability.
He's got that good bounce of the ball and a hint of good pace. I mean, you can't go with an action like that. Go wrong with an action like that, Minidu. On point.
I mean, there's a uniqueness of those actions, I would say.
Oh, that has been hammered down the ground.
But
and
good
safe.
fielding.
Brilliant fielding by Tusit at mid-on.
That could have been a boundary, but of course there's excellent fielding there. Backing up your bowlers. That's what we have been.
That will give Jeevan some sense of confidence about fielding.
Definitely.
And if that catch at the beginning, at the fall of the first wicket, did not give you confidence, I don't know what will.
That is completely out of the box. Oh, brilliant.
Once again, crashing into him, not allowing him to free his arms, show his swing.
Well, Furbies, as a fast bowler yourself, what do you have to say about the 3 deliveries that were bowled so far by Chetarashan?
Well, he's not going too full. He's not going too wide either. He's sticking to a decent line and length. Once again, very good. Right on the money, even though they will collect a single out of it. I think Jeevan throughout this tournament has been an effective man for the Colombo Titans. And he can do some serious damage. Both the batsmen will have to look out for his good deliveries and his consistency. Or maybe just hang on to it until his spell is over, maybe.
Well, that's going to be a while, I would say. I'm pretty sure because of the economical overs that he's going to bowl, he's going to be utilized much more often. That means, I mean, they'll try to use him inside the power play itself.
Tries to carve it away on the offside.
Good fielding, good fielding. Definitely backing up your ball is a brilliant example of that.
This game so far has been excellent when it comes to fielding display. Good work at points. Never easy fielding at points because the ball can turn it right in front of you because of the slicey movement of the cut shot.
Oh, it's high in
Straight
the
up.
air.
Is it going to be a chance?
Yes!
Taken safely.
And it's taken, of course.
Jeevan, as we just said, sticking to his consistency, grabbing the first wicket of himself. 1 for Jeevan and 2 for Colombo.
Just when we said the wicket is around the corner, he was pretty decent with his line and length. But both the batsmen were playing him really cautiously. I mean, a good effort, but this was a little bit unwanted, I would say. He could have let the over go by.
I mean, that's what Jeevan can do, Minidu, because he has been tight, extremely tight. So the batsman was there in a sense of desperation for some runs. So he tried to take that aerial route, tried to make advantage of the power play. But luckily for Jeevan, he does a miss hit. Straight goes up in the air and safely taken.
Neeraj is still in the crease and Johan is continuing his spell from the other end. Oh, this one a brilliant shot. And I think it has gone all the way. Yes, it has.
That was a textbook shot by Neeraj Athaule.
A brilliant one for Viz. I mean, look at that shot. Yeah, absolute class of a shot. Milled it perfectly. It's not always easy to go out from the offside and hit those kind of maximums.
Tries to go for a single. Right intent. But there's a fielder at short third man to secure that that shot. Once again, a good delivery, keeping it tight, adjusting his length instead of going too full like on the first ball, which was dispatched all the way to the maximum. Once again takes the aerial route and successful yet again.
2 bounces and over the rope. That's
The
another
same
boundary.
man outside the line collects the ball once again.
I think he was expecting another boundary and another shot to come his way.
Well, this has been an expensive over for Colombo Titans so far.
I think the spinners have been conceding a lot of runs today.
I mean, that's in the air.
And it's taken!
What a catch once again. Well. The Colombo Titans have been doing their fielding practices on point. Wow.
This is the complete example of backing up your bowlers and grabbing onto those opportunities and not letting it go.
Tusi doing justice for his team, absolutely.
Definitely, what a grab that is, diving forward. Oh, brilliant.
Perfect contact with the ball.
We saw one hand stunner in that first wicket, and now this is another brilliance of a catch.
Catches win matches indeed, Minidu.
Yes, a very good saying, a very famous saying, I would say, and pretty accurate.
Very accurate. I mean, the dynamic of this over has been always towards Mumbai, but look how the tables have turned.
Yeah, but I still think they have a chance of turning the tables around. They have so far scored good runs inside the power play.
And still, there's the man, Kulunu, yet to bowl.
Yes, a danger man is still there who hasn't been introduced into the attack yet. But we'll have to see how the spinners will adjust into the wicket, because the fast bowlers have been dominating and going through the batting lineups in this wicket. That's what I have seen today so far. The spinners have struggled a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah. And as long as you stick to your disciplined bowling, as long as you don't make any vital mistakes, whether you're a fast bowler or a spinner, I think you will be rewarded.
Of course, Johan has taken up a wicket. It's going to be, I think, the final delivery of the over. Takes a quick single.
A good delivery to sum up the over. 11 conceded with 1 wicket taken. That's the end of the 4th over. The scoreline is 34 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Of course, these are the 3 wickets that fell down for the Mumbai side. Of course, what a catch that was. Falling back, but a brilliant catch. He actually was not even making any contact with the boundary line. That is superb. And this was high in the air, and extra cover was coming under it. Another brilliant of a catch, but the fielding has been on point. So they'll have to continue that until... Oh, and this is a brilliant catch by Tusit himself, diving forward. Like I said, the fielding has to be on point, and they'll have to continue the same spirit, the same consistency. in the coming few overs, and they'll have to drag this game. It's not a big total that they have posted, but they have to drag this game until the very last delivery. Or if they can finish off very quickly, then they'll have to do so.
Two relatively batsmen in the middle. Maintaining that tight line and length.
Chitarashan has been absolutely brilliant for his, a bowler that you'd like to use inside the power play with confidence, I would say. A fast bowler with confidence you can use inside the power play, even when you have only two fielders outside the 30-yard circle. Would you have used him if you were the captain?
Absolutely, I would. Because the reliability on that bowler has been immense. You can give the ball to him at any stage of the game, I would say. Once again, there you have the answer for your question, Minidu.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Always good to see a consistent fast bowler.
He's letting his deliveries do the talking.
Oh, swift attempt by Tusit at mid-on.
Yeah, pressurizing the batsman with that fielding. A lot of the shouts are coming from the fielders as well, so that's anyways going to confuse the batsman. Some good tactics are being used.
Well, the Mumbai team need exactly 93 runs in 93 balls. So the run rate is looking favourable, but the amount of wickets still looking favourable. Still can make something out of it. Check drive on the offside, but there's protection. Just a single.
Well, it's going to be tight for Aviz. Just 93 runs from 93 balls. I'm pretty sure both sides would want to get rid of the tense moment from here onwards and try to be much more comfortable in the death overs, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go like that every time.
Once again, a brilliant fielding effort. Oh, missed the stumps by inches.
It's a big mix-up. There was a big mix-up inside in the middle, but two batsmen. Of course, brilliant fielding.
A very well placed delivery that one to sum up the over. That's the end of the fifth. Mumbai are 37 for the loss of 3.
And of course, Cullen Rodrigo has been introduced into the attack. A bowler that was used pretty much every time when the captain wanted wickets, I would say. Was pretty efficient in that first game against the Giants. 3 for 9 runs his bowling figures were after the conclusion of the 4 overs he bowled. Leg byes have been called by the umpire there.
Kulunu, the man, maintaining his tight line and length. That looks pretty close, but the umpire must think the impact was outside of. Yes, he signaled it. Oh yeah, but he left the ball on that occasion, but we'll see. Controversial decision maybe. Oh no, probably it was an umpire's call.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Tossing it up, inviting the batsman for that slog with protection in the deep, hoping for that miss hit. Right intention by Kulunu, but the batsman misses it completely on that occasion. That would be the end of the 6th over. Mumbai are 38 for the loss of 3.
Of course, this one run coming out of it, Furvies has to be applauded. And that's also the end of the power play. Who would you think came out on top?
Well, considering the fact that Mumbai couldn't quite capitalize on the run rate there at the power play with the loss of 3 wickets, I would say currently, with the death overs approaching and more of a safer field being eligible to be placed, Colombo, I guess, did do a good job there with brilliant fielding efforts in the outfield. And with that spirit, they will go on to place a safer field and to sit back with the ball. Oh, brilliant by Tusit there once again.
Well, of course, this man has, I'm pretty sure, has taken glucose or something, because this is pretty good energy that he's putting into saving these boundaries.
Look at that save.
Yeah, brilliant.
Wow.
He was actually putting his body on the line to stop that ball from going down the ground.
That is the spirit. That is
Yes,
the spirit.
definitely have to stop every run possible. And this time it's going to be a single.
Well, even singles themselves can guide the Mumbai team towards their victory as for the standing. But Tusit has the right intention. Gone in the air. Protection in the sweeper covers. But he can't get there. It's gone all the way for a boundary on that occasion.
Well, of course, that's I would say a poor delivery. He was bowling so well, just maintaining his length. Just this time, just a little bit too off.
Good reach by the batsman.
Yeah, definitely.
That's better from him.
Well, actually, the keeper was saying that to bowl to his length, to bowl to his line actually, and that is exactly what he did. The keeper is actually another fielding position where he could see everything that's going on. So if he's actually asking you to do something, then you have to trust him and trust his vision that he has. Could have stopped a single there, but good effort. We'll take a single.
What do you think about the sky, Minidu? The sky is starting to look a bit gloomy.
Well, I can't say it's looking dreamy, but yeah, of course, some gloomy clouds are hovering around the Colts ground at the moment. The sunlight has been completely blocked. Usually at this time of the evening, you will at least see the sunset setting into the outskirts of the Colombo, but now we barely saw any sunlight shining on this ground after many hours, I would say.
In the morning it was extremely hot.
Extremely hot, yeah.
But now the coolness has started to lurk in to the atmosphere of Colombo.
The humidity is slowly dropping, and I think the players also are enjoying that, I would say, because otherwise it's kind of hard to judge those catches and all that. And of course, the innings so far by Mumbai, Arman Shaikh, 14 runs from just 6 deliveries. He actually scored those 14 runs in the first over itself, but unfortunately had to go because of a screamer of a catch at long off. And Niraj and, well, actually only those two were able to get double figures so far for Mumbai. So it's actually been brilliant batting, so absolute brilliant bowling, I would say, by the Colombo Titans. Well, that's high in the air. It's an opportunity, but it just falls right in front of Vijay Surya, who was converging onto it. Was unable to judge that catch as he was running back while looking at the skies and targeting the ball and the landing area as well. Cullen Rodrigo. Well, this man has been brilliant. The 3 deliveries left in the over. I sense a wicket coming around very soon for Viz, because this man is consistent with his line and length.
Well, the more consistent you are, wider the chances of getting a wicket. Once again, a good delivery.
Yeah,
Right line and length.
Playing it against the spin to get that, to notch it through the leg.
Well,
Through
that
the leg
ball
side.
hit the hill on the turf, and an unexpected nip up from the ball. A bit of drama happening down there.
Yeah, you can clearly see, of course, hit the serve.
Oh.
An unexpected bounce. Good thing he covered his face with the hand. Oh, that's
pretty
gone.
straight. That's pretty straight.
That's straight, and
given.
that's another wicket.
You were correct, Minindu, with your prediction of a wicket. He was consistent.
Of course, it's Madhusudan who has to. Who has to take the long walk back. Of course, plumb straight, hitting the back foot. There's no doubt about that. No hesitation whatsoever by the on-field umpire. And look at the celebration. He got the reward for his excellency. Excellence in consistent line and length.
2 overs bowled with only 2 runs conceded. Kulun, wow, very impressive.
Hi, Macha. How are you? How are you?
Very good work from Tusit there at the line, preventing them from going for that double.
Well, 80 runs needed from just 72 deliveries. Getting tight. But of course, it's the Colombo Titans who are on top at the moment. The new batsman in Rajesh was brilliant with the ball. Can he be brilliant with the bat?
A very good delivery.
It's Mohammad Shamir, the right-hand off spinner. The spinners are actually taking majority of the overs from this point onwards. I think right after the power play was concluded. Plays it straight to short cover. That's a shout, but missing leg, I would say.
He was running around the leg side for sure.
Goes to the back foot, was unable to play it through leg.
Cheeky attempt to stop the ball with his elbow. Vishwa, aka Vishy. Oh, another very good delivery. Rather straighter than the other ones.
So that's the end of the over. A quick bowled, I would say. 9 overs gone, it's 49 for 4. An economical bowling chart that is. Cullen Rodrigo, just 2 runs given of his 2 overs. That is just brilliant. 10 dot balls out of the 12 deliveries he has bowled. And you have to mention Johan as well. .78 runs needed from 66 deliveries. Back foot defense.
The skipper is retaining Kulunu's overs to attack the right hander, which is indeed the right way to go. Very good delivery once again, darting it into the left hander.
Well, right now, Mumbai are actually in a tough spot. So what do you think their approach should be in these coming few overs?
Well, they should constantly rotate the strike if they are to sail over towards their victory, and they should capitalize on those sorts of poor deliveries as well. It's just a matter of a mind game at this point for both the teams, I would say.
You see a game going right down to the wire. Well, let's hope. I think every cricketing fan is hoping for that. But at some points in the minds of those fans, they want their respective sides to emerge top as quickly as possible.
As mediative as we can be as commentators, I would say an action-packed games is all what we can hope for.
It's definitely much more enjoyable.
Good fielding at the deep, preventing them from taking that double. Once again, a tad bit on the onside, but the quickness of Johan restricting the batsman from freeing his arms.
Oh, brilliantly hit. This time I think it will go all the way, and yes, it will. The shot that Mumbai was actually looking forward to, a short delivery by Johan. Not a good way to end off his spell. I mean, not his spell, end off his over, because just 2 runs came out of it and a bad delivery ruined that. So it's 10 overs gone. Mumbai are 58 for 4. Plays with the spin this time to get a single.
That was really good from Mohammed. That was pounded down the ground. Absolutely powerful shot. He'll raise away for a boundary. All the fielders can just stay stationary and enjoy that beautiful view of the ball sailing away.
Well, we have seen the ball getting pounded many times today. In the previous game and now in this game as well.
Well, the margin is going on to be pretty consistent. Needs 69 off of 58 balls.
A small appeal, but once again, missing leg stump. That's what we could say from this angle.
That is another appeal, which is probably going down the leg once again. 2 more deliveries to go in this over. Definitely going down the leg. Cheeky attempt for a slog sweep there, but miss hit. That will be safeguarded at the deep for single.
And end of the over there. 11 overs gone. It's 64 for 4.
Kulunu has been given the ball once again from the BRC end. Kulunu warming himself up.
Yeah, a couple of boundaries and maximums were scored, so the captain bringing him in at the right time. Rajesh is looking good. Oh, brilliant.
Absolutely spot on by Kulunu. Just consistency is mind-blowing.
I think this man has done spot bowling more than 100 times a day.
At least 100 times a day. A poor delivery, but there's absolutely no chance for the square. Like, there it is, the jinx. The commentator's curse taking action once again. That was one of the most wackiest deliveries that he delivered. It has been dispatched all the way for a maximum.
Yeah, short delivery, and actually the batsman did the right thing, punishing the loose delivery. It doesn't come too often from the hands of Kulunu Rodrigo. So far it didn't actually in this tournament. One of the rarest loose deliveries we have ever seen him bowling so far. And this time it's an opportunity once again. Just falls short from the field at deep mid wicket.
Adjusting his required field, Kulunu Rodrigo. Inspecting all the right angles. A decent delivery by Kulunu, but it was a bit too much on the onside, so the batsman does the right thing to rotate the strike on that occasion. As for the standings, Mumbai need 57 more runs in 51 balls. Not a hard target to chase. But 3 quick fire wickets might turn the tables around for the Colombo Titans.
This time it was much ball with much more quick pace. Just a delivery left in this over. Can he end it off on a high? 4, that's high in the air. An opportunity. And it's taken, of course, it's Cullen Rodrigo's second wicket. I would say he's one of the leading wicket takers in this tournament so far. And he's proving out why he's a bowler that can deliver at decisive moments for his side.
Just skidded it on the offside for the left-hander, being quick and perfect field setting. And does the miss hit as soon as it went up in the air. Kulun knew it is going to be taken. Started celebrating right away, and the fielder does the rest comfortably. That's the fifth wicket down for the Mumbai team.
Did you notice that when I said, can you finish it off on a high note? He actually delivered.
Exactly.
So I'm not a jinx after all. Twelve overs gone, 72 for 5. And Mumbai just lost their 5th wicket. The new batsman is coming in.
Well, Kushal is still in the middle, facing 19 balls and collecting 10 runs out of it. But Mumbai don't have much more wickets to spare at the moment.
Sisa. Apa dia?
Oh, this is another chance here. 2, of course.
That's in the gap.
No communication whatsoever, but I don't think they were able to cover the sufficient ground they should cover in order to grab 1-8. So Kushal gets a boundary here. So for the last few overs, boundaries and maximums were coming on pretty often. $50 runs from just 46 deliveries they need. Still a chaseable target. Colombo has to be on point. Those kind of deliveries, they are bound to be punished by any batsman. This is a chance. Will it be taken? Just falls short. Do you think a diving effort would have turned things around at that moment?
Well, the diving effort could have gone both ways. If you missed that, could have rolled under his body all the way for a boundary. So safer the better.
The last thing you need is a boundary. And this time, this is hammered, I think. And of course, it's gone for the maximum. And Kushal is in absolute form. And Johan is actually getting the hammer in. Yep. Apologies, that's not Kushal, that's Tushar.
Once again, the 2 star bowlers from the previous inning pairing up together, Tushar and Kushal.
Well, can they turn things around just as they did it with the ball? A good delivery, a good comeback by Johan there. Just didn't middle it properly, but they're trying to come back for two, but plenty of shouts. Confuse the batsmen who are in the middle. They'll stick to the single. So that's the end of the over by Johan. An expensive one, I would say. So 13 overs gone. Mumbai are 86 for 5. Of course, these are the wickets that fell down for Mumbai so far. A brilliant catch by Mohammad Shamir, a one-handed streamer. A lot of the shots have gone up in the air, allowing the ball fielders to converge onto it, giving them enough time to. This is a brilliant catch, diving catch, and hits the back leg. This is a good delivery by Rodrigo. And of course, the final catch so far in this innings. Comes down the track, plays it along the ground. A single will be taken. So the game is getting much tighter and tighter for Ravi. 42 from 40. Apologies now with that single. 41 from 41. It's never easy. You have to hold your nerve. That's how you're going to get over the line. Tossed it up. And inside edge. Will it guide itself to the boundary? And they'll settle for just 2 runs. So Kulunu is bowling his last over of his spell. So would you think it's a mistake made by the captain? Would it be a much safer option if he was spared for the final overs of this innings?
Well, could have gone both ways. Kulunu is in good rhythm right now, so taking a break might break his rhythm. So the captain is going for the approach of letting him take the current over, restricting the Mumbai team from scoring any more runs, but we never know.
One thing I have seen from these two batters that's a shout. One thing I've seen from these two batters who are in the middle, they are trying to play some strokes against Kulunu, who is bowling his final over, so they are not going to try to concede any dot balls. They'll try to take the game on to him. And this is a full toss. No way that's going to be taken. It sails over the head of wide on there. And goes for another maximum. So Kulunu Rodrigo is messing up his lines in this final over of his spell. A spell that he has been doing so well, but once again, can he finish it off on a high note?
There it is, the signature Minindu sentence. Can you finish it off with a high note? Only time will tell. One more delivery to go to come to that conclusion.
The two batters are getting a chance to hear the advices coming from the dressing room with that water break. So a delivery left to turn his spell around. So far it's been an absolute expensive one for him. 10 runs coming out of it. 32 runs needed from 37. They'll stick for a dot ball. So Kulunu ends off his spell, and Mumbai would be glad that he did. He ends off with 2 for 20, and he's absolutely not happy, frustrated with the line and length he couldn't bowl to in this over. 32 runs from 36 balls. I'm pretty sure from this point onwards Mumbai will try to play a cautious game. They have the enough overs and the enough runs to and the runs to actually chase his total down.
Jitarshan will be brought back into the bowling attack.
Plenty of words of encouragement for Chitarshan, who's going to bowl this over. I'm pretty sure he's going to need that since the last few overs have been expensive for Colombo Titans. They have to remind themselves that the target that they had set is not the most biggest, and of course one of the most chaseable targets. A little bit outside the off stump, but a misfield there could have costed them, but the batsman would be, it's okay to settle a single for that. Of course, the Duckworth-Lewis score 92 runs. Mumbai was in at this point. So they are... sorry, apologies, that was Colombo. Oh, and well fielded there, backing up your bowlers.
Once again, excellent fielding display down at the line.
The DLS per score in the previous relay was 92. So Mumbai was 5 runs ahead of the DLS score.
Will you look at that effort at the line? Brilliant stop.
Brilliant. Those are the saves that you need at these kind of moments. This is crunched. Is this an opportunity? And it's taken. It's one of the set batsmen for Mumbai. Tushar walking back.
Jeevan was expected just that, and he delivers with absolute success.
Of course, look at that catch. We've seen plenty of catches coming from that area, and this is of course Mohammad Shamir, the man who took that one-handed screamer of Arman Sheikh, the opening batsman for Mumbai. Of course, clearly can see the frustration from his face. The shot, I think the innings was going on perfectly well. He actually didn't need to play that kind of a stroke, but of course regrets are to be thought when he gets back to the dressing room.
The new batsman Neenad will take a single off of that. Attempting to go for a double. Could be pretty close. I think he came home. I think he was pretty safe on that attempt by the wicket keeper.
Of course, it's the same wicket keeper who had quick reflexes to get a dismissal in that first game against Giants, as you remember.
And that was the conclusion of the 15th over. Mumbai are 102 for the loss of 6. Well, Tusit is continuing his spell. Bowling his last over, as I remember. He does have a wicket in his bag. 26 more runs needed of 30 deliveries with just 4 more wickets to spare.
How will the game turn around? By the looks of it, Mumbai still have a good chance of taking this game and securing a win. If they played cautiously and timed those runs. Singles and twos still can save this game, I would say. If you lose another wicket, not really sure whether Colombo Titans are still back in the game, but of course they need a miracle, I would say, right now to help them to get a win. That's well played, and this time it will go over the top. Once again, timed well. And Mumbai are doing a brilliant job. These two are doing a brilliant job. Ninad, a maximum that was hit high and hard. We'll take a quick single here. And it's good running, so the pressure is back on the Titans. Not a good start to the over.
As for now, the pressure entirely is on Tusit's shoulders. He needs to end this over with a wicket at least. That's the only way to release the pressure off of his shoulders.
Well, of course, the fielders are feeling the pressure. Are kind of unable to hold on to the ball as quickly as possible and throw it to the ends. By the time they do it, the batters will take the singles. An outside edge. There's protection out there in the deep. So after that, maximum 3 singles here. To see this bowling with good line and length. But have to see what kind of miracle they need to turn this game around. Still the advantage is with Mumbai. And of course they are quite ahead of the DLS score. Plays it down the ground, hammered. Long off, will cut it off. And another misfield, and they'll come back for 2. So this is actually good running between the wickets.
Getting closer and closer to their victory, Mumbai. That was Kulunu
Like
down
I
on
said,
the line.
like I said before, Varvis, I mean, both sides have to give up a hell of a fight to secure a win. And Mumbai are slowly coming up on top.
To sit with this cross seam positioning. There was a well stop at point, but still they will get a quick single out of it. That's the end of the 16th over. And the scoreline stands as 1-1-4 for the loss of 6.
Of course, if you look at the points table right now, it's the Colombo Titans who have secured 4 points with just 2 wins, and they have played actually 2 games. With this, if they lose this, they are still with 4 points. The Delhi Giants have secured the 2nd spot, and they have got a good run rate on the board as well. They'll have to see with the Mumbai and Karachi. Mumbai, of course, being able to secure that 2nd spot. It will be a quite impossible task, but you never know how it's going to be. There's going to be an opportunity there, so they'll try to stick for a single. And of course, so if you had taken a look at the points table, Delhi Giants stand at 2nd while Colombo is on top. But with the loss, there's a chance that Colombo can fall to 3rd, because the top 3 teams at that point have secured 2 wins and lost a single match with the points being equal. So it all comes down to the net run rate. Of course, Karachi not being a contender for the cup semi-final that will take place because of the 3 defeats in this group stage. Oh, misses that completely there. So good bowling by Jatarshan. They are bringing him right when they want him to come into the attack. So Farvis, do you think there's a specialty in his bowling action? The bowling action of Jatarshan here?
I think the only speciality is Minendu is that he's sticking to the basics, which is not quite seen often in these times. Oh, that was crunched. And the fielders on the line can do nothing but just look at the ball sail away towards the maximum over their heads.
Well,
Needs 7 more runs in 21 deliveries. I think it looks like game over, Minendu.
Of course, it's going to be a tight. Even though they lose this game, Colombo Titans, for the top 3 teams, it's going to be a tight game indeed to see who's going to qualify. This is the points table of the Group B. Lahore Lawyers, they have already secured their semi-final spot. and of course Kolkata Tigers. There's no competition rather than those two. Actually, they have already secured their spots because the Bangalore and Dhaka have already lost 2 games, and even with a win, won't be able to catch up on to the top 2 teams who are already have secured more than 2 games or 2 wins or more than that.
The Lahore Lawyers were having an absolutely great tournament so far. I mean, they're unbeaten and sitting comfortably on the top of the table.
By the looks of it, which group do you think is the most competitive?
I think Vinidu with the likes of Shubhendu and the other batsmen, the Delhi Giants can be a real threat. And on the other hand, the Lahore team also have an extremely prominent bowling time. You know, I commentated the match yesterday in the evening, and the bowling display was fabulous. And I think they are my favorite contenders in this tournament so far for the cup. And let the time take the decision.
Right now, the competition for the semi-final spot in this Group A is getting intense. Like I said before, top 3 teams. 3 teams are with the same points in this group. Hammered down the ground, and of course will pick up a single, and they're going to come back for 2. Good run in between the wickets. The throw is not that accurate and not even close to the stumps. The keeper stumps there. And by the looks of it, it's going to be a defeat for the Titans after 2 consecutive wins. Mumbai have been able to humble the Titans, I would say. Now just a shot away actually from taking this game. So Mumbai needed that. They need this victory to
secure their spot in semi-finals indeed. A good delivery to end the over off. 4 more runs needed in 18 deliveries. That would be the end of the 17th over. Mumbai 1-2-4 for the loss of 6.
Of course, it's Susit who's going to bowl the 18th over. There's a high chance that Mumbai can finish the game off in this over itself. Just 4 runs required, just 1 shot away from victory. They needed that to stay alive and be contenders. One of the contenders that would be selected for the semis. Have to see how it's going to go. Well, even though Colombo Titans, even if they lose this game, they will also be recognized as contenders for the semis. Possible contenders, I would say. And there you go, that's the win. And that's the shot. And that seals it all. And what a win it is for Mumbai. They were excellent with the ball, with the bat, I would say, at some points, but they were able to hold on to their nerves and finish it off in style. How would you sum this innings up, Faris?
It has been excellent by the Mumbai team. They held on to their nerves until the very end of the game. The players are ecstatic about it. And hard luck for the Colombo Titans. Mumbai team managed to limit the win streak of the Colombo Titans with their brilliance. I mean, excellent fight put up by Colombo Titans to defend that total, but the Mumbai team do the least amount of mistakes and secure the win. But I would say you have to applaud the fielding from the Colombo Titans, Binidu. In the outfield, they've been excellent. Little to no mistakes made throughout the inning, and that managed to let them carry on through the tournament so far.
Well, like I said, it was a hell of a fight. It was really enjoyable for us, for cricketing fans, for everyone who watched this, and I think for the players as well, and for the spectators who were gathered around the ground to witness this game. And of course, you can see the bond between the players of the Mumbai side. They know that they can go a long way. They'll have to see whether they have qualified for the semis, and the Colombo Titans also. They'll be looking how the net run rate would come into play, and if they had secured a spot for the semi-finals as well. This game so far, Mumbai had shown their class. They won their first game, lost the second. And of course, winning this third game, the final game of the group stage. For the Titans, 2 consecutive wins of the first 2 games, and this is they must be frustrated to end the group stage games with a loss. But that's, of course, how the game of cricket goes, and this is the scorecard for the Mumbai side. Plenty of contributors, I would say, for the compared with the Colombo Titans. There were only 3 contributors, but I think everyone got involved with the bat, even though it was kind of hard for them to tackle on the Colombo Titans bowlers, as they were bowling some decent line and then deliveries, and the fielding was at some points were absolutely fabulous. But at the end, like I said, the team that holds their nerves until the end will come up on top, and that's exactly what they did within just 17 overs, getting past the target that they have been set. There's nothing actually to look as a flaw in the bowling lineup, would you say, Farviz? I mean,
apart from Tusit, who was pretty expensive throughout his overs, others have been reasonably good with economies under 10. But the Mumbai team managed to grasp the win within 18 overs, 17 overs, and 1 delivery to be precise. I think the win was well deserved.
Yes, definitely. Well, of course, it's the highlight of the innings. And of course, Cullen Rodrigo, he delivered when he was asked to. But then it was Rajesh who paid another cameo, scored plenty of maximums, and this was his dismissal. Once again, Cullen Rodrigo, you can't keep that man out of the game. But it was Tushar and Kushal, the rhyme in words for Mumbai, who took the game on. I think that partnership changed a little bit. Changed his game around a little bit, and this was his dismissal, Tushar's dismissal. Then it was, of course, Kushal who managed to end the game around and get a stylish win for the Mumbai side.
So that was the summary for the game against Mumbai and Colombo Titans, and we'll meet you downstairs in a short while after commercial break.
Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed the match between the Colombo Titans and, of course, Mumbai in this game. After 40 overs, not actually 40, almost 40 overs, we saw Mumbai emerging victorious in just 4 wickets. Of course, if you take the look at the summary of the entire game, Mumbai asked Colombo Titans to go out and bat first. So actually, the start was never the start that they were expecting. They were never able to set a good foundation and get runs on the board, as the bowlers kept tightening the noose around the batsmen. But the captain led from the front, scored 49 valuable runs from just 37 deliveries, unfortunately not getting his half century. But those are valuable runs, and Titans set a target of 128 runs for the Mumbai side. Tushar and Kushal, two fast bowlers, ended off with the similar bowling figures of their 4 overs. You wouldn't say coincidence, but that's absolute brilliance of performance there. And Rajesh Sonkar, the spinner, left-arm orthodox spinner, 2 for 22 to his name as well. In response, the start was, of course, not the start Mumbai was expecting either. 128 runs they were able to get it in 17 overs. The bowlers for the Colombo side, they were pretty economical, but at the end, it was Mumbai who did the least number of mistakes and emerged top. And we got right now Shanu at the grounds, who will be having a talk with two players of the day.
Over to you, Shanu.
Ready? And that, my folks, is a dramatic finish to the finale of the league stages, the group stages. What was that match? What exciting turn of events. So currently on the points table, as we understand, Delhi stands at the top, followed by Mumbai or Bombay. Thirdly, Colombo, and then Karachi. So Delhi and Mumbai make it to the semi-finals with an exciting finish in a fantastic fashion. But here, most importantly, I'm joined by the captains here and an exciting team member, because these guys changed the game for Colombo towards the end. And what was that partnership? Captain, you closed the last ball in a beautiful fashion. Tell us what you think right now. What are your emotions? You all are into the semi-finals.
It was an absolutely amazing match. I'm elated right now. But the point is, the match shouldn't have come to this extent. We should have finished it pretty easily and pretty early. We actually gave them wickets, and that's what brought us to this extent here.
Now, since you understand the mistakes, right, that is one important lesson that I can hear the party mood of all your teammates. I know you're missing out on it, and I'll let you go fast. But quickly, we understand what are the learnings that you're going to take forward. You already told us that, you know, the way the runs were planned, it was delayed. What else are you taking forward for the semi-finals as a learning?
Our mistakes should not be repeated. 2 or 3 of our batsmen, they hit 2 boundaries. There were 8 runs already in the over, and then the fielder went back and they got out to the same fielder. You have to pick and choose your area of the field where you are hitting. Once the fielder has gone back, you could have easily rotated a few singles. We were already 10 runs we had taken in that over. 2 singles wouldn't have made any harm to us. So these are the mistakes we need to make sure we don't repeat that.
So another quick opinion from the captain. You think this pitch is ideal for batting first or bowling first? If you are to choose in the semi-finals, what would you choose?
Compared to the first match which we played here, that was a very slow wicket. This is a much better wicket. So if you ask me, it played almost the same as in the first inning. So I guess in the morning when the match was played, it must have been a much better wicket. So it doesn't really matter you bat first or bowl first if it's this kind of a wicket. Otherwise you have to play well.
Those were wise words. Now, what was that? 30 runs इन्होंने score किया, 30 runs not out, और इन्होंने भी 20 runs score किया, 20 runs not out. बताइए आपको कैसे महसूस हो रहा है अभी?
फीलिंग बेटर, अच्छा लग रहा है. जब इनिंग चल रहा था, हमारा इनिंग विकेट जल्दी निकल गया था, तो कैप्टन ने मेरे को बोला कि इनिंग कैरी करना है, लास्ट तक मैच ले जाना है.
और ओपोनेंट्स ने बहुत अच्छी तरीके से आपको एक अच्छा फाइट दिया, तो आपने मेंटली आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था तभी एंड तक? यू हैड टू होल्ड इट फॉरवर्ड, कुछ भी करके जीतना ही था. आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था?
मैं बेसिकली छोटे टारगेट बना रहा था. ओवर में 4 रन करना है. ओवर में 4 रन करना टारगेट बना रहा था. 4 रन 5 रन वैसे गेम लेके जा रहा था.
आप कोई स्पेसिफिक बॉलर को टारगेट कर रहे थे क्या दिमाग में, मतलब हाउ आर यू प्लानिंग?
ऐसा कोई प्लानिंग नहीं था। जनरल प्लानिंग ऐसा था कि ओवर में 4 रन या 5 रन करना है, इनिंग कैरी करना है।
बस स्कोर लाइन सेट किया था दिमाग में। ओके, इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, अभी व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट प्लान? वापस होटल में जाके क्या करोगे आप लोग?
ठीक है, रेस्ट।
सो जाऊंगा मतलब मैं मानूंगी भी नहीं। रेस्ट नो, कल हॉलीडे है बाय द वे, हम सब जानते हैं। व्हाट इज योर प्लान?
जस्ट गो एंड एंजॉय।
Okay, that's a very general term. Captain, what is your plan?
I can say it. I'm the captain. We will party, but not to the tune of being unfit for the next match. But yes, we will enjoy it today.
All right, he's going to party safe, but within the limits. So here we have Delhi at the top, followed by Mumbai, then Colombo, then Karachi. Unfortunately for Colombo and Karachi, they are not making it this time of the tournament, but we still have a chance for them to play for the plate, but that's going to happen for the finale. Well, for now, I'm going to cut it short and send it back to the commentators. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Shanu. Thank you very much, Shanu, for that lovely conversation with the two representatives from both the teams. And as they said, for the Mumbai team, absolutely it's going to be celebrations for them. Going to be a very eventful night. Meanwhile, Colombo will plan on taking on themselves towards the victory of the plate. So that sums up the day.
It's definitely Farviz. I mean, just looking at the way how the things went on, the Delhi Giants and of course Delhi Giants and Karachi faced off really well, and Delhi Giants actually emerged victorious with a higher net run rate. And if you actually saw Shanu talking about the points table, it's Delhi and Mumbai who were on the top. At one point it was Colombo who was actually on top, but right now they'll have to fight for the plate alongside Karachi from this group, and of course with another two teams from Group B as well. But we finally got the confirmation that Delhi and Mumbai have qualified for the Cup semis from Group A.